Well, hello, welcome back. Today what we have here is a computer that had a hard drive that crashed. We're replacing the hard drive here with a solid state drive, which I've already done onto this Samsung drive. It's an SSD, but we're going to be repeating the steps because I need to replicate this onto a second drive. I'm going to be using, they're both 500 gig. It's a Samsung SSD, it's an Evo 870. This one is made by Adata, and again it's a 500 gig. So let's connect the power to it and the SATA cable. That's it. And today I'm going to be using this USB device. It's made by Unitek. Okay, let me open this up, show you what's inside. It's an NVMe. Again, it's a half a gig. Excuse me. It's 512 gig. Now it has that I could connect it via USB 3 and also USB-C. Has a built-in adapter. I'll leave the cover off. I'm going to plug this into the USB port. I'm going to turn the computer on and we're going to start installing Windows 10. So here we go. Just going to get into the boot. Here's the boot menu. This is a Dell Optiplex. Steps are pretty much the same on any computer. Just need to boot from the USB device. And I am going to go to our NVMe USB device. Now, once I get in there, you'll see that it's going to boot to a software called Ventoy. On this software, it allows you to load your images. I've got a bunch of different images here, but the one we're going to be using today is this Windows one, Windows 10. So I'm going to hit enter. It'll load that image file, it'll boot from it. This guy's flashing. You can see it's reading from it. We'll give that a moment to load. Okay, it is loading. Here's Windows installation. Alright, we're going to leave it as it is. And we're going to install now. We're just going to put in a key later. And I have different Windows versions that I could use. I'll use Windows 10 Pro. We'll accept. We're going to do custom. So on the existing drive, which is drive 0, which is this Adata, there's already something on it. So I'm going to delete that. This drive 1, it's already labeled Ventoy, so I don't want to delete this. Okay, so let's clear that out. M.2. So on drive 0, which is the Adata, I have my free space. So we're going to move forward with the installation. And we'll let that run. I don't have an Ethernet cable installed, so it wouldn't pull in any updates. So I'm just going to restart it. So it's usual, Windows, it's doing its thing, installing. And there's one thing that I guess I should mention, is that even though this device is capable of USB 3.0, on this particular Optiplex, it's an older machine, doesn't have a USB 3 port. So it's on a regular USB 2 port. And still, that was pretty good as far as speed is concerned. Okay, we're rebooting again. Here we are. So, we are in the US. We do want a US keyboard. We don't need an additional keyboard. I don't have an Ethernet cable handy at the moment, so I'll just say I don't have one. Continue with the limited setup. Who's going to use the computer? Well, I am. Let's hope I typed that right. Okay. I'm not going to use a password right now. I don't know about you, but I like to turn all of this off. Accept. Not now. Windows is finishing up its installation. We really don't need this. As you can see, there is no flashing activity, so it's not accessing this anymore, but I'll remove that once we reboot. I'll probably speed up this video later. right back. Almost there. And we are. Okay. So maybe later, but not today. And we have arrived at our desktop. Okay. So at this point, if we were connected to the internet via Wi-Fi, which this computer doesn't have, or an Ethernet cable, it would start pulling in updates. And any drivers that are missing, 9 out of 10, it pulls them in, and you're good to go. So that's it. Windows 10, fully installed. We have a new drive, which replaced a conventional, this one is a Seagate. Yes, it's a Seagate. Okay, so you get 2 or 3 years out of these, a little bit more if you're lucky, and then there you go, bye-bye. These at least will last you longer. These should last you longer. And the Samsung is really my preferred SSDs. I'll leave a link down below. And I'll also leave a link for this USB adapter to an NVMe and the Ventoy software. Alright, hope that was helpful.